Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome to another part of my Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play series. So after turn 5, I decided I need to take a break before I did turn 6 through 9, and actually continue on with the main story and get some of the other dungeons I've been working on, well, done. They call them dungeons for a reason. That was a lame joke. Anyway, I'm going to move on from that. I just unlocked Ramuh hard mode in the as part of the main story. It's a pretty easy fight, so we're just going to queue into it, and hopefully we get the queue pretty quick. It's fairly early in the morning. It's 8:44 a.m. local time, so hopefully the queue isn't that long. I mean, at this hour it might be pretty long. Also, it's a main story mission, so less than 5 minutes. That's what it says. If there's anything I've learned from this YouTube series, that's a lie. So, yeah, anyway, I'm trying to get some of these things done. There's still first-time soldiery bonuses to be had, even though I don't really need my soldiery for much anymore. I am in the process of leveling my Arcanist for both Summoner and Scholar. I am planning on playing those sometime in the near future in this series. Scholar especially, because I've been getting a lot of questions regarding playing Scholar with a controller, because pet commands are a little bit strange to do with the controller. There are workarounds for it. There are things that I haven't really done yet because I'm not level 50, but ways that I will be playing, I've already planned it out, and hopefully that'll give you a rough idea, at least of how I plan to play my, what am I trying to say here? My, Scholar. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, it is definitely too early. I definitely need another sip of my coffee here. But yeah, Ramuh hard mode, not too hard of a fight. When the queue pops, I'll be back. Until then, I'll see you then. Alright, so I literally recorded a whole nother video before I even got my queue for the Striking Tree hard mode. So both this video and my Hullbreaker Isle video, which is the other video that'll come out alongside this one, like around the same time, they both have an intro as if they were the next video. So wow, I don't think I've ever, because I tried to queue for this, man. It took like 40 minutes, nothing happened. I was like, I finished Hullbreaker Isle, and I was like, all right, maybe if I just try queuing for it, if I get the queue, I'll start recording. That's literally what just happened. Anyway, welcome to the Striking Tree hard mode, aka Ramuh hard mode. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is, they're probably going to watch the opening cutscene. The opening cutscene for this isn't that long. It's not like Ifrit or like any of the other story modes are. I think Shiva's intro is probably the best one, though. Alright, so this fight is really, really easy. It's mostly just one DPS check and then a pay attention check. There's a few things that I could stop and explain to the party since we do have a couple of first timers. But I think generally we'll be fine. I'm gonna do my best to just make up for any sort of errors that that may happen here. There we go. Oh, we both Swiftcast Stone Skin too. Alright, so first thing, main tank, face him away from the group. Or make sure it's not even face him away, don't stand next to anybody. All you really need to know is if you get terrored or someone near you does, you just hit them with the Thunder AoE to free them. When adds spawn, focus all three down. And in the last phase, if you get a tether on you, one of the two tethered players needs to touch 3 orbs in order to break it. Stop attacking and doing abilities if you're tethered. I think that was a decent enough explanation. I'll be explaining it to you guys. I said it out loud. I don't know. It helps me type sometimes when I say it out loud. As long as we kill the ads, as long as we kill the ads, we can wing the rest, no problem. Oh, when the ads spawn at like 20%, ignore them and DPS the boss. At 60%, we need to focus the ads, though. Okay. So, I'll be explaining this fight to you guys as we go. Looks like we have actually quite a few first-timers in here. We have no Scholar, so I guess I'll pay mostly attention. Alright, so I basically just explained to you guys the entire fight, but it's nice to have a little bit of fresh blood in here. I'm sure some of these people have done it before. So at the start of the fight, Ramuh will start doing these Thunderstruck circles. If you're standing next to anybody, anybody standing in that circle will take damage, and it'll lock onto a few players, and it'll also hit random parts of the arena. The parts of the arena it hits randomly will drop these orbs on the ground, which give you electroconductivity stacks. 1 or 2 stacks doesn't do anything, but 3 stacks does quite a bit. So the main thing with those Thunderstruck AoEs is to ensure that not everyone is like stacked together, because then you'll all be taking a bunch of shared damage, and you just don't want that. Other than that, Ramuh himself doesn't hit very hard, and there's not a lot of damage going around. So see how that one wasn't on a player and it spawned that orb? These orbs, I don't know if it does this in hard mode, but in extreme mode, the more orbs there are on the field, the more damage Ramuh does. Okay, so this is the other big mechanic. Occasionally someone's going to get marked with a terror. In order to free them, you just have to hit them with a Thunderstruck. So if you see somebody get terrored, if you see somebody with a crosshair, that means that they're going to be unable to move, and until they get hit by one of Ramuh's abilities, they're going to be unable to help. And that's like for like a whole minute or something like that. So you really, really want to make sure that you free them as quick as possible so you can do as much DPS as possible. I'm actually going to put a focus on Ramuh so I can see the phase transition when it's coming. So you've seen the first two. Thunderspark is just a point-blank AoE around him. Now, one thing you can do in hard mode, that Thunderspark is not lethal if it hits you. So if you get the terror and you just stand in melee range, even if nobody frees you, you can still get freed by that ability. See, I'm gonna free this guy right here. He just got terrored, so when I hit him with this, it's gonna break the terror and he's gonna be able to keep helping. But if I didn't free him, that Thunderstruck or that Thunderspark would have hit him instead. All right, we're gonna go into the ad phase. Ads now. So these ad phase, think of it like Ifrit's nails or Titan's heart. They're all the same thing, basically. I'm gonna free this guy. You just have to focus these down. Now make sure you don't bring Ramuh under 50% while you're killing these arbiters. If you do, it'll push the phase early and he'll just one-shot you with his ultimate attack. Like most primals do, except you can actually push him very quickly and it'll cause a wipe. The arbiters themselves mostly just cast thunderbolts. They're very much like the AoEs from Ultima, you know, the Magitech bits, or the things from Sunken Temple. I'm just going to stand right next to the boss just in case nobody frees me. This guy's going to free me. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank you. And, all right, so now he's going to do Judgment Bolt. This does not hit very hard as long as there aren't a lot of orbs on the field. Now, if you get Tether, one person needs to grab 3 orbs in a row. So I'm just re-explaining. So now in the final phase, we're still going to have Thunderstrucks. We're still going to have the Terror. But the big difference is now you need these orbs in hard mode. See how he just cast Rolling Thunder? Whoever, one of the 2 players that's tethered needs to grab 3 orbs. So that guy's actually gonna get... Oh, we can't free him. Somebody needs to free him. That guy can get 3, though. And that breaks the tether. Now, if you use abilities while you're tethered, it'll actually cause you to take lots of damage. For every action, every auto attack that you do, it hurts a lot. So just stop attacking when that happens. See how nobody's freeing this guy? Oh, is he gonna make it? Oh, he made it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Rolling Thunder, here comes another tether. Now, it's preferred that healers actually get this tether, because that way they can continue to heal. Who got marked with the... Oh, this guy did. Alright. This guy should really just... I don't know what he needs to... Yep, there we go. Up, 3. One more. One more. Touch it. Nope. Yeah, see how much damage we're all taking? Now, this last ad we can ignore. Now, keep in mind, he won't keep tethering people if you leave one group tethered. But it's annoying because then you have two people that are permanently out of the fight, pretty much. So this guy's tethered all the way back here. Yeah, you don't need to kill these arbiters at the end here. Just focus down the boss. And just focus boss. Oh, that person was standing next to the main tank. Yeah, because these guys won't cause the Judgment Bolt to happen. They only cast those conal attacks, so they're just a nuisance. Alright, we should be getting... Alright, there's another set of tethers. So the healer... Oh, I'm going to go get up the healers. Not going to make it to the third one. Oh, somebody needs to free the healer. Nope. Oh, no, somebody... Oh, he did get 3. Wow, nice. Sorry, I'm the only healer around, so people are taking a few extra hits. Alright, and that was an easy win. Just in case I get it, I'll stand there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it definitely feels like the abilities are hitting a little harder. Another thing you can do, actually... Look at that. See how I got 2 and then immediately went for the 3rd? Healers just grabbing it is pretty beneficial in general. But that ended up just playing out super lucky what just happened there. And yeah, Ramuh's beard is glorious, by the way. Glorious, glorious beard. GG. This guy says, thanks all. You were all super helpful. Hey, everyone did a good job here. There are a few people that weren't quite sure what to do, but they didn't do anything that caused the wipe. Which, it's pretty hard to wipe on Ramuh hard mode, to be honest. Pretty much it comes to if the main tank, like, stands next to everybody and Ramuh does his, like, tank killer ability, then, yeah, it'll probably kill everybody. But other than that, wow, I got 5 commendations. Holy moly. Must have been from explaining the fight. And that was, yeah, that was Ramuh hard mode, and that's basically the only... fight you have to do for all of the patch 2.3 story. Now I gotta go back to Hawthorne Hut. Luckily it teleports you to East Shroud automatically. That ended up working out really well, stopping and doing Hullbreaker and then coming back. It had been about 30-40 minutes, so it's a little bit later in the morning. I guess it just meant that we got the queue a little faster. I waited like 40 minutes for Striking Tree hard mode to spawn. I still gotta do it. You know what? I still have to do Extreme Primals on this character. I completely forgot about Extreme Primals. I beat turn 5. I should really go and do Extreme Primals now. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely consider doing those in the next few parts. Because those I definitely need to show videos on. That'll definitely help a lot of people. Especially with from a controller healer perspective. That'll be real nice. Oh man, I'm looking forward to that. I definitely also need to do Amdapor Keep and Wanderer's Palace hard mode. Because I'm not very close to unlocking Keeper of the Lake, I haven't gotten many Poetics. I've gotten plenty of Soldiery, but I haven't gotten many Poetics. And unfortunately, this character's been 50 for quite a few weeks. I should realistically have focused on getting all of my Poetics done. But I mean, I wasn't playing this character like, I guess, a normal new player would. You know, a normal new player, they have a few days a week, or they have like a few hours, or they binge play, whatever it is they decide to do. And, you know, they get all these videos you're seeing, they'll get a lot of this stuff done in one day. You know, they'll get this done in a week, as opposed to me, who have, you know, it's taken me weeks to show you guys how to do this, because of how infrequently I play this character. And they'll probably cap their Poetics very easily, but because of the way I've been recording this, the videos for Healer Happy, I don't have it done. So, I don't have my item level 130 weapon yet. I'm all ready to get it. It's just, I can't get it yet. I can still do my weekly, though. The thing is, it's like my weekly is, I guess, useless to me until I get that weapon, because that weapon is going to be the first thing I spend Poetics on. But I guess it'll be nice to have all the Carbon Twines and stuff stored away for gearing up this character. I want this character to beat the Final Coil before Heavensward comes out. And they're probably going to nerf Final Coil again very soon. Not even nerf it, they're probably going to add more Echo to it. You know, the buff that makes you that makes you deal more damage, heal for more, and have more HP. They'll probably up that soon. I was surprised they actually didn't nerf the Final Coil at all in the Duty Finder. Speaking of which, expect me to not Duty Finder the final coil. Even some of second coil 6 and 7, you can Duty Finder those fairly reliably. Even, like, you won't necessarily win in one shot. You probably wipe a few times, but you have a much better chance of beating those in the Duty Finder than you did turn 5, to be honest. Because they were nerfed to the ground by Square Enix. But from turn 8 on, there's a high probability that you have extreme issues in the... Actually, turn 9, you can usually make it to the Golem phase, maybe even the Heaven's Fall phase. Almost every turn 9 group I've had has made it to the final phase. There's no success. Like, it doesn't end in a victory. So, turn 8, I've still had... Turn 8 is either super easy, because they did nerf turn 8, they just didn't nerf it the same way they nerfed turn 6 and 7. Turn 8 either ends up being the easiest one because of how much damage everyone does with the Echo and all this new gear, or it ends up being the hardest one because it's a pretty difficult fight to explain to a new player. There's a lot of... I mean, the thing is, there's very little randomness to it. It's just a weird fight to explain to people. It's quite different from a lot of the other fights in the game. But it's a very simple fight. Just has a DPS check that shouldn't be an issue with all the gear and the Echo that we have. As a healer, I'll be able to DPS quite a bit too. One thing I haven't been doing that I should have been doing, by the way, in like turn 5 and in Ramuh and whatnot, is even if you don't go into Cleric stance, it's still a good idea to use Fluid Aura every single time. Fluid Aura and Sprint every time they're available. Even if you don't bother switching the Cleric stance, it's just more DPS on the boss. You just got to be careful. You got to make sure that you don't prioritize it over, I don't know, healing the tank or casting a Stone Skin. It doesn't trigger the global cooldown. It's an off the global cooldown ability, and that's why it's so good, but you still need to be careful about when you use it. It's just more damage. It helps end the fight faster, even if it's only like 500 or 600 damage. With Cleric stance, it can do over 1,000, like, easily. With Cleric stance and like a Mind Potion or something like that, it can do so much damage. I never see anyone use Mind Potions in Cleric stance, by the way. That'd be pretty cool to start a fight. Like, everyone's got Stone Skin, you just throw a regen on the tank. Maybe heal through the first tank ability, then pop a Mind Potion, pop Presence of Mind, and then go into Cleric stance or just DPS. That's a hell of a way to push some DPS right there. I should also realistically get some Poison Potions for the final coil of Bahamut. If you're wondering why I'm showing this to you right now, I'm just discussing some of the things from the previous videos, things that we could have improved upon as a white mage. I mean, the turn 5 was disastrous. I ran out of MP in that fight. I didn't have ethers to regenerate it. There were a ton of things I could have done better in that fight, admittedly. And that's a big thing in this game. Never think that just because you're doing enough that you shouldn't try to do more. You can always do more, and you can always improve yourself as a player. And it's really important that you learn to do that, just because it'll make you better over time. Always be willing to work on your game. I know it sounds ridiculous. It's a game, after all. You know, like, it's not like, for me, you know, it's a game. It's also a career. I don't like to call it a job. I like to call it a career. But in general, it's just like with that mentality, you'll always get better at the game. And that applies to pretty much every game. As long as you're willing and able, you'll be all right. All right, we're just going to do a couple of quests here, and then I'm going to end the video. I'm trying to think if I should do another high-level dungeon or if I should do Aim to Port Keeper. There's so many things I got to do. The Extreme Primals, I can now do up to Mogomog Extreme. I'd have to beat Mogomog and Leviathan Extreme. By the way, Mogomog Extreme I hate with a burning passion. Oh, I have to type /ha. Mogomog Extreme is going to be a terror to explain. And these things I'll probably make a party finder for or something. Or I'll ask friends, because those... Actually, Garuda Extreme in the Duty Finder, you might be okay. Titan Extreme also, I've won in the Duty Finder several times. Ifrit Extreme... Ifrit Extreme, I feel, is one of the easier ones. But for some reason, a lot of the Duty Finder has trouble with it. It's because it's very, very not forgiving, I guess. But Titan's like the least forgiving of all of them, so that's a stupid thing to say. It's hard to describe, but I've had very, very poor experiences with Ifrit Extreme in the Duty Finder. Leviathan Extreme and Titan Extreme, I've actually had much success with. Garuda Extreme also. Mogomog Extreme, no. That's no. That's all I'm gonna say. No, we're not doing that in the Duty Finder. Listen, no, all right? we're not subject. I hate that fight as much as it is, and subjecting it to the duty finder. I don't even think you could get a duty finder queue for that. That's the rough part. The only thing that's kind of crappy about me showing these fights, like through the party finder or through whatever, is that it doesn't perfectly represent how a new player will experience things in the duty finder. I mean, you could even say that turn 5 that I did in the duty finder, which was 100% duty finder, was not exactly representative of how the turn 5 duty finder would normally go. I don't necessarily think, though, that's because, I don't know, it's weird because, like, I am an experienced player. Like, I mean, that means that everything I do here is pretty much always going to be different than the way you should expect it to happen in the duty finder. Because as an experienced player, I'm not going into these fights with no idea what I'm doing. I'm going in knowing exactly what I need to do. And I played this role before. Even if I'm not, like, super efficient with the controller, I've played White Mage before. I played Scholar before. I played them all the way up through the Final Coil. Like, I have experience with them in Final Coil. So, I do my best to represent what it's going to be like in the duty finder, but that one thing alone automatically makes it harder to properly show how it would happen in the duty. I still have Odin to do also. Odin would actually be a pretty easy primal to move into next. He's somewhere between a hard mode and an extreme mode. He's considered quote-unquote hard mode by the auto translate feature. If you go and you type in Earth's Fount. Is Blacksmith here? Or is that... Nope, that's Lenosha. I mistook it for something else, I guess. But yeah, Odin's somewhere between. If you go into the auto translate and you type in Earth's Fount, URTH''S, it'll say Earth's Fount Hard. Actually, let me see if they changed that. Yeah, it says Earth's Fount. It says Earth's Fount Hard, which is strange because it's just called Earth's Fount in the fight itself. Like when you queue in, it just says Earth's Fount, not hard mode or anything. But it's really a healing and DPS intensive fight. And I've beaten it in the... I've only failed it in the duty finder once, maybe twice. All other times have been completely successful. And I always queue in as a healer. When I queue in as a DPS is when it's least successful. Because being a new healer in that fight, in my opinion, is way harder than being a new anything else. Wait, that's not even the main story. What the hell quest is that? The main story is down here. I got distracted by the check mark. That's what I get for not handing in quests. Oh, that's the quest for King of the Hull. I should have still handed that in, to be honest. I should have just decided that, yeah, I should just hand it in. But I was like, no, I want to be a rebel. But yeah, Odin, that's a healing intensive fight. Especially, like, the thing is, even though it's healing intensive, a lot of it comes down to just poor positioning. A lot of people will stand way out of range of the healer's AoE. And that's usually what causes the major struggle with it, because then you have to go and heal everyone individually, and then people are taking a lot of damage over time, and a lot of things can go really, really wrong with that fight. It takes some practice, but, you know, it's definitely... First of all, you don't need to beat any other extreme primals to do it. You just need to do a little side quest with Odin, which, by the way, I think I saved. I think I, on purpose, didn't finish it. I started it, but I don't think I finished it. Because I wanted to... Whoops, I didn't mean to go there. I wanted to show you guys where that quest was. A lot of people don't know there's an Odin story quest in this game. So a lot of people go, how do I unlock Odin Extreme? And I go, you have to do the side quest in the Waking Sands. And a lot of people will start it and never finish it. So... I should have just gone down through... Yeah, that was stupid. I should have just gone through the Aetheryte Plaza. For some reason, I thought it'd be closer to go to the fishing. Also, I am going the long way around. But at this point, I've already set myself on this path. If I turn around now, it'll take even longer. So I'm just going to finish what I started. Can I jump down here? Please tell me I can jump down here. Thank you. Thank you for no invisible walls right there, game. Alright, there we go. Yeah. I think, you know what? I'm feeling Odin Extreme next. I'm feeling it. I don't know that I have enough time this morning. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. Recorded 4 videos. These and a couple of others. I have State of the Realm tonight, so I got to make sure that I take care of a few things before I go live. Got a live stream in an hour and 47 minutes from now. Got some Final Fantasy 14 action. Probably going to finish my weekly or level some Scholar on this character during the live stream. And also, I have Final Fantasy 4. Trying to finish that up before After Years hits Steam. I'll deliver the box to the Rising Stones. Got it. Yeah, Steam. So, trying to finish Final Fantasy 4 on Steam before After Years comes out on Steam. And I also have The Witcher 3. Oh, I got so many games to play. And on top of that, I'm planning some... Well, I'm not planning, but other people are planning things that I plan to participate in that are going to involve me playing other games, like Path of Exile or maybe Minecraft, and a few other things. So I've got a lot of different live streaming things that are coming up. I love live streaming, to be honest. I like live streaming more than YouTube, but I love producing guides on YouTube. I just love the interactive level. I love being able to answer my viewers' questions, and I love being able to just help people out. That's like, that's what I like doing. And I can do that on the fly on Twitch. I make a few mistakes because it's live. Like these videos, because they're not scripted or anything, I tend to make a few more mistakes than I would if everything was scripted. I also stutter a little bit more. I say, I lose my train of thought a little bit more. But I mean, that happens on the live stream as well. It's just that there's more people there to immediately correct me. And we can all help each other. And it's great. Got tons of new faces showing up every day. Every day there's at least 5 to 10 people saying, I just bought this game. What do I need to know? It's so common that that happens. Every day. Or it's their first time coming to the stream. And it's always great having people, whether they're a first timer to the game or first timer to the stream, just coming by. It always puts a smile on my face. Put a smile on... Okay, well, now this is going to be copyrighted. Just kidding. I need to say Tataru. You literally need to type in say Tataru in order to trigger the next quest. Or to trigger the cutscene. Alright, what's over here? Hey, there's Tataru. Tataru. Save you from a Morble? I don't see a Morble anywhere. Oh, there it is. So then next I have the 2.4 story, which is Shiva and... Oh, rip Tataru. Shiva and Snowcloak, which is another high-level dungeon. Then 2.5, then 2.55. It's funny, I just helped my girlfriend with the 2.5 and 2.55 story, like, 2 days ago. So I'm looking forward to it. Also, there's a new strategy for the Steps of Faith that I've been hearing about. I've only heard about it from a single source, which is strange, because usually when there's a strategy that's, like, you know, prominent and a lot of people know about it and do it. I guess because it's a story mission, not a lot of people have gone back to try the strategy, so it's only newer people that are kind of starting to see it come to light. Where you actually have both tanks and a healer stand at the entrance, and I guess that healer just generates aggro on the enemies, and they all run back to the entrance of the instance, and then you just tank them all while the DPS and the healers focus on killing the boss. The DPS and one remaining healer focus on killing the boss. I don't know, because I've never heard of this strategy before, but when I get the Steps of Faith on this character, I am definitely going to give it a shot. Alright, after I hand this quest in, I am going to end the video. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the series. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you're looking forward to more of the more serious endgame content, less of the 4-man dungeons, because we only have a handful left. I think we have a total of 7 dungeons left between the high levels and the expert. We're definitely going to be moving into Second Coil. We have some extreme primals. Odin is definitely going to be on that list. And then we can move into things like crafting and gathering and making money. There's going to be things that I show you how I can make money. I could just do that on my main if I wanted to, but the whole point is to do it on this character. So I'm probably going to have to level my mining a little bit. Because that's how I made my money. That's how I make the majority of my money on Mr. Happy, is mining. But anyway, guys, going to end the video now. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. And until then, take care.